Well. What's happening, everybody out there? This Saturday night, Memorial Day weekend. Good to be alive. Good to be here. Going to do another edition of Real Talk for Real Men, Saturday edition. It's going to be a shortened version because I know everybody out having a good time enjoying this weather, especially here in Atlanta. If you're on the East Coast, they got hit with some colder weather. So hopefully everybody is safe, doing something fun, enjoying this time. We don't get time back. But wherever you are, hopefully you have had a great week. Take advantage of the weekend. I was reminded just today to put things on the back burner. Sometimes we get so caught up in our jobs and our busy lives and everything that goes on during the week. When we get these precious few moments to be off, we really want to take advantage of it. Turn your phones off. As far as business messages, don't check your emails. Enjoy this time. So with that being said, we're going to get it popping like we always do. I'm going to bring in my host, Miss Tasha Mack. How you doing, Mick Mack?
I'm good, Black. How you doing?
I'm doing all right today, sweetie. Like I said, glad to be alive. Good to see you. Good to see you.
Absolutely. Good to see you.
Yes. So you know how we do. We're going to keep it light and airy today. What's up, D? How you doing? Appreciate you tuning in. Lamar, what's going on, my brother? Thanks for the support as always. So I'm proud to be a part of the TFG network. They're doing big things over there. It's only going to get better. Miss Brittany, how you doing, sweetheart? Thank you for tuning in as well. And so we're going to kind of give Tasha a couple of people, give everybody a few minutes. And if not, you and I are going to have a spirited conversation ourselves. What we're doing tonight, I see we got some people coming on. So, Lady D is in the house. What's going on?
Hey, what's up, guys?
Oh, long time no see. How you been doing, sweetheart?
Good. I've been
All right.
missing you guys.
We have missed you. And, I was off for like a week and it felt like much longer. So I'm glad to be back. And what a good welcome. Good to see you this Saturday. Good to see you. So we hopefully will get some more people. If not, we're going to have a good conversation. I know it's going to be good now that I got D in the house. Today we're going to do something called 20 questions. You guys know that on Saturdays, I try to keep it really, really light, once again, in keeping with how I started this conversation in this show. I want Saturdays to be a time where we could just meet and just be ourselves, relax. You guys know that my format for the past year, Wednesdays, we tackle some heavy topics. We get into some serious stuff. So I just want to relax today. I want to be able to have some fun. Don't take things too serious. Y'all know I'm a damn fool. So join me, So in case you guys didn't know, this is my first drink all week. I've been battling gout. And so I have been not partaking, but here's the thing, just so you guys know, I am drinking, what do you call that vodka that has no sugar and all that other stuff in it? Y'all know what I'm talking about. They make the vodka with no additives, no sugar, no blah, 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 because it's the sugar basically that really does it. Now, I do have a splash of pineapple juice in there. Got to give it a little bit of taste. So I got to push the limit a little bit.
Yeah. You just ain't gonna do right.
To me, can I say Tito's? No, Kennard, no, this is
Is that Kettle One or is that the Smirnoff one?
It's Smirnoff. Okay. They make a series of vodkas that don't have natural.
Natural.
So that's what it is, So Kennard, man, the link is in there. I think I sent it to you, my brother. you're more than welcome to join the show. I'm going to give everybody one more minute, and then we're going to just start doing questions, and we're going to have a little fun. So, in this last minute, Dee, what's been going on in your world?
Nothing, just been busy, trying to get some things together. What we had talked about before. I've been working on that. So that's
Gotcha.
been taking up a lot of my time. So
That's what's
yeah.
up. That's what I know. So
Yeah.
I'm expecting big things.
Yeah.
Trust and believe. If she behind the scenes, I'm expecting big things. That's the
Yeah.
beautiful thing about it. Everybody's doing some big things. Keep moving forward. That's what we're gonna do. That's what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
Okay. So Kendrick, Kenny says, "Evening, ladies. What's going on, brother Kenny? Hopefully you can come on camera. We're gonna get started. So what we're gonna do, and I invite the audience to answer as well.
Mhm.
Tasha's picked up some questions about love, relationships, whatever. I have no idea what she's gonna ask. You know, we like to keep it fun that way, so that it's going to be new to me as well to you. What's up, Candace? How you doing, sweetheart? So when she throw these questions out, right now it's just me and you, D. We'll talk about them, and me, you, and Tasha to the best of our ability, and we're gonna have some fun with it. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So, and then whoever joins, y'all welcome to come on. And again, if you're in the background, feel free to put your 2 cents in here. Tasha, what you got for us?
All right. So the first question is cyber sex considered cheating?
Oh.
Okay. Now, for me as a man, I would y'all pretty much can expect.
You know what
I
you
would
go
say
to.
no,
Yeah.
but and here's the reason why. Because we just did a show last week on porn. What's going on, Lynette? How you doing, sweetheart? And feel free to answer these questions. Brittany says yes. I women saying yes. Look, I just did a show on porn. So my thing is, if you're okay, and we looked at the numbers, like it was like 76% of the people that was okay with watching porn. If you have porn, you ejaculate, you masturbate, or whatever. Are you doing something? I
I
hope.
think your volume went out.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
We can't
I
hear
can
you. We can't hear you.
Can anybody hear me?
I can hear you. Yeah.
Okay.
I can't hear. It's completely quiet. I can't hear
Oh
anything.
man. Tasha McMahon. I let me see if I can. My volume's turned all the way up to like 90.
Is it on your side, Tasha? Because I can hear
Maybe
him.
I need to go out and come back in because I
Yeah.
can't hear anything.
Okay. Okay. Brittany said they can hear me as well.
Yeah.
So let me finish my thought. If it's okay for a guy to watch porn, he's looking at other women or man, whatever floats your boat, presumably, and getting off. So to me, if he's having cyber sex, even with whatever he picks, what's the difference in? Somebody explain to me what's the difference in being able to watch women, men, gangbangs, whatever on the screen, and enjoy it and get up to it versus cyber sex. So it's a definite no. That's not cheating. Now, ladies are saying, yeah. What do y'all think?
I would say yes. Because there's like conversation involved with cyber sex usually, and that you're giving like your emotion and all that to somebody else too, not just, I think it is. I mean, porn, you're just watching somebody on a screen. You can watch it over and over and over, the same thing. But cyber sex, there's communication, back and forth. That's why I would say yes. It
So
builds
even
up, it usually builds up to the sex part, like a relationship should.
But even though this is a person that they're likely never to meet, they might be in a whole nother country, and it's an interchange. How is that cheating?
You're laying the groundwork.
Right. I mean, if I was cyber sexing with somebody long enough, I might go to the other country to meet them.
Exactly. Depending on the depth of the conversation or what's discussed,
Right.
it makes it that much more accessible. It's not like a porn star where you can just like look them up online if it just happens to be your favorite porn star. You can look them up and look at their videos, but there's not a way that you can directly communicate with them.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I truly understand what you're saying, but I guess I'm trying to wrap my brain around it. Brittany says you can watch a robbery or be involved in the robbery. One, you'll be arrested; for the other, not so much. So Brittany, I love your example, but I think you taking it way to the full extreme. If I'm in the comfort of my home and I got my headset on or whatever, and I'm looking at a screen and I'm interacting with somebody and we getting each other off, I don't see how that translates into where I'm crossing any lines. The same way, okay, because y'all say a conversation. What if somebody is heavily into their porn and they watch the same person? Jen, in my day it was Janet Jackman. You know what I'm saying? So, oh my God, Janet Jackman, baby, you gonna get it tonight. I'm I'm gearing myself up.
You're not talking to Janet Jack. That's not who you're talking to. You're not communicating with them. You're not doing any of that. You can just watch her videos as much as you want to, because I know that that's a fantasy. Now, when you start communicating with her and there's a link in there to where you can directly talk to her, look now, that's a little too much, because you're opening a door. It's a slippery slope from there. You're just opening a door.
Okay. I'm hearing you. I thought Kennard was coming on because I would damn sure like to hear another male opinion to see if I'm out here by myself. Lamar, Kenny, somebody, because I hear what you're saying. Lynette says that's way too much. You know. And what's crazy, y'all, is I think that's where we're headed. That the reason I'm taking this question seriously, believe it or not, I'm not just joking about this. I think it's a safe form of sex without going out there. I believe that we're headed to a place where okay, let me ask y'all a question then. Is it just the talking part? Because what if I got a living doll? A life size, the life kind of doll. Is that violation of cheating too?
No, that's just a toy.
Yeah, that's a toy.
So for you guys, it's the actual human interaction that crosses the line.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. I get that. What's up, Hannah? All right. Men ain't coming to save me. So Tasha, they leave me out here. Lynette said it's heightened the excitement. Okay. This is why, though, whoever you're with, you better ask these questions, because you could be doing something that to you is innocent and it could cross a line. Okay. Come on, Tasha.
So along the same lines, the next question is can a man have sex with another woman and still be in love with his?
Yes.
Okay. Can a man have sex? What's up, Kenny? Kennard, I'm sorry. Can a man have sex with another woman and still be in love with his woman?
Yeah.
Okay. So go ahead, D.
I say yes, because men can separate the sex from the emotion. Women have a harder time doing that. Like men, it could just be strictly sex. They just want to get off. They don't like her. They don't love her. She just look good and they want to get off. That's it. But women, we usually build up a relationship, or there's some kind of emotion behind it. We get more attached when there's sex involved. So that's why I say yes.
I agree with you 1,000%. Lynette, Candace said yes. Lynette says men are not emotional, but women are. Brittany says possible, not probable. So, Brittany, I want you to explain that. Kennard, what do you think? Can a man have sex with another woman but still be in love with his woman?
I think it's possible. Especially, you can, especially I know back in my dating world when I was had these relationships where I was in love with the girl I was with. But I would have casual sex with another woman, and hell, by the time I got home, I forgot I did it.
Okay, now that's a whole another conversation.
Right.
That's a whole nother conversation right there.
Yeah, and it really is, because men are able to. I read this book before, when I was into reading books. Now I do ebooks now because I ain't got time to read like that.
Mm-hmm.
They had this book that said that men are like waffles and women are like spaghetti. And it's like men are able to compartmentalize things
Okay. Okay.
to
I like that.
where that, I mean, you compartmentalize that moment, and then you're able to literally erase that moment.
Okay. Okay.
But
Okay.
women can't do that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like,
I get you now.
yeah,
I get you
I mean,
now.
that's where we're at with this. But let's keep it going. I like the topic. I like.
I get you now. And Lynette she said men can turn it off. I get where you're going with that, and I agree with you as you explained it more further. But when you say you forgot when you got home, so okay, wait a minute, was the sex that bad, or were you high, or something like that?
No,
I was thinking literal.
It was. I'm pretty sure it wasn't that bad, but it's like, man, what is there to talk about? Move on. Like men move on.
I got you.
Move on from the situation, and it sucks. Like that, it shouldn't be that way. But that goes into the physiological nature of men, to where once it's a wrap, it's a wrap.
I agree. I absolutely agree. And I think this one question, Tasha, I'm glad you asked that. I think this one question, if it was truly understood in relationships, could save a lot of trouble. Because you know what I think should happen because of this question? Maybe there should be a don't ask, don't tell kind of thing to a certain extent, because you're looking at me crazy. You're looking at me crazy. The reason why I say that is because of what he just said. We're going to do what's in front of us, and it's instinctive. I've been saying this for a long time. It has nothing to do with you. Sometimes the person that I was with has nothing to do with you. It was the opportunity. It was the moment. It happened. And to Kennard's point, once the act is over, do you know the way a man's mind works is, oh, shit. You know what I'm saying? Because in the moment, we're acting on it. You know what I'm saying? And now it's happened. So to his point, look, I'm tucking this shit in a deep cave and throwing this somewhere. I ain't going to tell on myself. You know what I'm saying? And I wish to a certain extent, it's like that movie Baby Boy. If you ask me then, did you cheat on me? Did you cheat on me? You're forcing that guy to admit something that probably didn't mean anything, because to your point of the question, Tasha, I can absolutely love my woman. And the other sex, it can mean absolutely nothing. Nothing.
That doesn't take away from the act, though. It's still the fact that you did it. And that's, I guess that as women, it doesn't matter if it meant anything. I didn't ask you if it meant anything. I asked you if you did it.
Right.
That's why I said maybe there should be a don't ask, don't tell kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? See, Brittany says, well, what if it keeps happening with the same? Now that's different, Brittany. If it keeps happening with the same person, now you're in a relationship, it's just like when I see those stories on the news where the boy says, and he's 20 years old, and he says, well, this man been molesting me for 7 years. So you take 7 from 21. That first year he might have molested you. That second year you two was in a relationship. Y'all was just screwing.
You kind of got a point right there. Like, yeah,
because there has to be some point where if it's happening over and over,
the victimization is done at that point. you are a consenting party at this point.
Man, I'm serious. Hey, I'm serious. Lamar says several times is an affair. So you're right, Lamar. If you're going back with the same person, then you're now in an affair. On a serious, you're in an affair. But the same way I say women, see, here's the thing, because women want to always, Tasha, oh, we didn't ask you this and that, blah, blah. But women don't talk about the miscellaneous incidents that happen that they do on these girl trips, on these vacations.
We slipped and fell in it. That's what happened. We slipped and fell in it.
Okay, so how is that any different? So, and Darcel, I saw you nod your head.
That's true. I mean, that's true. But we do a better job of keeping it a secret. That's the
I
difference.
agree. I agree. I
Okay,
agree.
so I have another question then. Who cheats more, men or women?
You know, I still believe men cheat more, but
Mm-hmm.
I think women are catching up. They're doing it more than they've ever done. I should say that. I do. But
I think
I,
it's equal. Yeah.
I still think we got them. We got you guys. Darcel, just because the numbers are in our favor, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think the pool of candidates for us is so much greater. But I agree with you. It ain't women ain't far off now because they don't view. I don't even do y'all even view it as? I'm not talking about you two specifically, but do women view it as even cheating anymore?
What?
Depends on the situation. Yeah.
Okay,
Like what situation you in. I mean,
that's where I'm going with this because what I see out here now, they don't want to put a label on it,
Mm-hmm.
well,
and men still do. I think for men, we still want to and need to feel that okay, this is my woman. But you know what I hear from women all the time? Well, so you're in a relationship? No, I mean, so what? So what are you? It's just a thing. I hear all these different terms. So when that woman is doing with other people, that's why I was asking, do they even consider it cheating? Because if psychologically or emotionally you can tell yourself, I'm really not with him. So I'm just, what they say? I'm just doing me.
I will say it's cheating if you're in a defined relationship. It's cheating. However, if you cheat on me first, what I did is not cheating. I got even. That does not count. That is not cheating.
revenge.
That is not cheating.
Right. That's right.
I feel you on that. Brittany says it's not that we can't, it's we don't want to. We can get D quicker than y'all can get. Oh no, Brittany, I do not agree with you on that, baby. Baby, I do.
It depends on the woman.
Canard, okay, now that those are the anomalies. But
Yeah.
Canard, let me ask you a question. Brittany put something out there. Do you think women can get D quicker than we can get P?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh man,
I
please
think so
explain this.
because how many times does a woman go to the gas station and the bros shoot their shot? I ain't never got a shot at me at a gas station.
Really? Are you serious?
No, no. Women are approached by men way more often than we are. We do the approaching. They have the option to turn it down. Am I wrong,
No,
panelists?
you are
He's
not
right.
wrong.
Yeah,
You are
he's
not
right.
wrong. You are not wrong. Even
No.
Paige is a young. I'm Paige, sweetheart. Thank you for joining in. This is a younger demographic. She said, I believe so too. She believe women. I hear you. I
Well,
hear you.
they have more of an opportunity because we gotta work. We gotta hit your DM up. We gotta interrupt you in your day while you're trying to move around and ask you for your number and all this other stuff. And we have to work harder. So yes, I think women have they can turn it down and they can take it, or they can take up the opportunity. I don't think men have that same option.
Okay, so I want to respond because I'm listening to the comments. Lynette say I'm 53 years old. I get hit on all the time. Pay say I can't go to a gas station without 4 to
Oh, yeah,
6 men
trying to
hollering
pay
at
for
me.
gas. They gonna
I,
pay for
I'm
gas.
I'm not discounting none of that because I've always said in my life. Anybody who's been around me, y'all know you've heard me say this. Y'all get off a dick every day of your life, so much so that y'all take it for granted. But here's the argument because here's the argument I'm gonna make though. And then maybe I have a unique experience then. I think it's just as easy for men. They're giving it away so much so that men don't even want it no more. Men are at a point where they're calling women, bruh. Paige, this is your demographic. Tell me how many little young dudes refer to you, bruh. Y'all giving it away at such a exponential rate that they don't think about it anymore. And the reality is, I've been saying this for as long as I can. I I was just at Walmart on the phone with Tasha shopping. What did I tell you? Tasha said, "Black, you need to leave because you're gonna break your rhythm." I said, "It's some fat pussy hoes out here walking around in Walmart, and right now in these streets I'm talking about today, I put this on everything I hold dear. I believe I can go out here and go to the gas station, and drag me something home. I've done it. That's what I got sick of. And because I think it's so easy. To your point, Kanal, about getting the numbers and stuff, I didn't use that tactic. Let me tell y'all something. They got apps out here right now. They got chat lines, and then they got live versions that in reality, I used to sit at work and they used to watch me do it. Pull up, tag, mocal space, and plenty of fish, and literally fish from my desk within 30 minutes and have something set up. It's just not that hard.
But that just proved Kennard's point that I mean the woman has to say yes for this to go down, you know?
Baby, they not saying no.
I
Who's
know,
saying
but
no? So who's saying no?
I'm saying you're proving his point that women, I mean, you're approaching them, they're saying yes, and then it goes down. I mean,
So does the chicken come before the egg? Who approach who? So my thing is, okay, is it really hard for me to go get some milk when I got to walk a few feet, but it's right there? That's my analogy. Yes, I have to open the refrigerator, and yes, I might have to unscrew the cap, but that milk is getting drank. Paige has got a lot to say. Paige said, "Nah, I got high morals. They got to come with it. They know they can't get shit from me, and I'm a dancer. They read my demeanor and know I ain't that type of female." She says, "So it depends on the looks, morals, etc., and all the pussy ain't good." Baby, this is my little niece talking. She learned from me. She said, "All pussy good pussy," and men know that. Paige, you are so right. But remember who you talking to, baby. We are for good pussy, bad pussy, side pussy, tore pussy, ragged pussy. It, you know, while I'm waiting on that good pussy, we not gonna be twiddling our thumbs. So you might be that one that they have to work for. And to your point, D, yeah, I'm sure you get offered it, solicited all the time. But even ugly nigga, remember that caption I put up one time where it showed the guy in
yeah,
this room with a mattress on the floor
yeah.
with video games and weed and stuff all around, and the caption said somewhere 8 women are fighting over him. Is that caption accurate or not?
It's
He might
accurate.
got a yeah, he might got a 10-inch though. I mean, maybe they fighting over that.
Okay, okay, okay,
You know,
okay.
I wasn't gonna drink on this one, but I'm a I,
Partner.
if I can, because I'm known for just kind of walking off. But if I can, let me fix me a drink.
Go
If
fix your drink, my brother. Come on back. Come on back.
and I'm coming right back. You know
Come
what I'm
on back, man. Come on back.
saying? Because y'all, I
You
like
see me sipping.
yeah,
So
I'm coming right back.
my God. Lynette says men love a challenge. It's about how you treat me. Okay, so let me say this to your question, Brittany, because you opened up a can here. There are women like you ladies. Let me be clear. To Paige's point, where your morals and your standards do make a man have to work for it. But I want to ask you ladies a question. Lynette, Brittany, Paige, Tasha, Daracel, would you say the percentage of women out there who I'm talking about who are giving it away have those same standards and morals that you guys have, or they're more in the category of what I'm talking about? I want to hear y'all answer.
Hmm.
I don't think they have the same standards because I mean I know girls that I mean, but to each his own. Some girls don't want the flowers and the roses and stuff. They just want to get down, which is fine too. So when you bump into that girl, then that works out for your benefit and hers, you know? So yeah, not everybody wants the long drawn out, you know?
But so I want to be clear. Are there more of you out
No,
there?
no.
Okay. Okay. Tasha, speak on this.
I was gonna say it's more. I would think more 50-50. Honestly, I think it's more a
Okay.
little bit more split down the road. It's one of those things where you can, like you were at Walmart today, you could take a rock and throw it, and you'll probably out of 10 women, you'll probably have 5 of them that will go, but the other 5 will be like, no, you're gonna have to work harder, or they may not pay you
Okay.
any attention.
Okay. That's
Yeah.
fair. That's fair. What's up, brother Kenny?
What's up, man? I'm in and out. I heard the conversation. I heard rhyme with the word "tootie," and it got my attention. I'm like, okay, what are they talking about?
You, you, you know, Kenny, one question can tend to left on this show right here. You know what I'm saying? You know,
I had to walk out. I had to walk restaurant. What are you talking about?
You know,
well, Brittany. Well, hold on. Brittany threw out there that she, you know, think that women can basically get sex way quicker than men, and I'm challenging that. That I think, Tasha, you made some valid points, but I just think, okay, if it ain't, if we ain't surpassed y'all, it's damn sure even. It's damn sure even because for every, I'll say this, for every one of the Pages and the Daracels and the Tashas and the Lynette's and Brittany's out there who might make a guy work for it and turn it down, there's an equal amount of women, to your point, Tasha, that you can throw a rock at that don't ask those questions. I have never in my sexual history had a woman even ask me to put on a condom, even though I had a big bowl of condoms sitting out in plain view. I've never had a woman say I've never had a woman say to me, so you got to strap up. They let me go raw dog if I want to go raw dog. Hell, 90% of them never even made it to my bedroom. They get knocked off right there on the living room floor on their knees. I spread a blanket out. For every one of you, there's an equal amount that's going easy. Go ahead, Kennard. I'm sorry.
Okay, so I'm going to you know, educationally and politely call bullshit on some of this stuff.
Okay.
Because I think that it's situational. Honestly, with this whole one guy's gotta wait and the other guy don't in this situation. I think it's a situation where women can say all this stuff about these more, and I'm not discounting your morals. I'm not, you know, trying to you know, talk bad about you, but your morals are dependent on who is the person involved.
That's not true.
That is book. I'm not gonna do that. I ain't gonna do it. I ain't gonna do it. I ain't gonna do it.
Not true. I've never had a one night stand.
I feel like,
yeah.
I feel like,
Ain't nobody got that
Let
much
me go back and listen.
and see, I knew I was gonna open the terms here, but it's like I feel like the morals and standards, and how many times, guys, have you heard a woman say, I usually don't do this, but
they just pimping you.
No, they pimping me. They ain't pimping me.
They trying to make you feel special.
We know they telling a lie.
I ain't special.
Right.
I ain't special. I think it's dependent on how the woman feels about that man at that moment. Some men gotta wait. Some men. How many times women, Tasha and D, how many? Well, you might have not have done this, but how many times have that guy had to wait for marriage for sex versus this N word can hit the first night? Don't do that. Do not do that.
Lynette say all men wait. Lynette, what do you mean all men wait?
I mean, they might, okay, at worst, some dudes might have to wait a couple of days.
No.
You might not be able to warm that thing up the first night.
No.
But no, y'all cannot tell me there is not a difference.
I'm
There's a
telling you, there's not a difference. When I was dating, I had a period you had to wait. It didn't matter what you did, you had to wait. And then,
okay, I get it.
even then, I still was like, maybe, maybe not. So no, there was no 1 or 2 days, never situation, never.
Oh yeah.
So Daracel, I got Daracel on here, and I got Tasha, who actually know me. Was I waiting?
Look, no,
You don't wait for anybody, but
you ain't even waiting on yourself.
I don't.
Man,
Lynette, I don't wait, baby.
I'm trying to
I
help
don't
us.
wait.
I'm trying to help us be real here, but I really do believe that there is a difference. There's certain guys
yeah.
that ain't waiting.
I'm
if you-
one of them. And let me
I will
before,
see to that. I think Kennard, you're absolutely right, because depending on if it's a celebrity, whoever it is, you might just be like, you know what, this may never happen again.
It ain't no damn celebrity. It ain't got to be a celebrity.
and that's why, you know,
and the chemistry is there.
Right.
what's the line in Biggie's song? Biggie say black and ugly as ever, right?
I'm not saying you two, for example, because
I ain't no fine ass dude. I never been.
You and Lynette and some of these other folks are talking this moral stuff, but if the chemistry is right and if the time is right, it's happening.
Let me read a comment from Paige real quick. Paige says, 100 days plus.
100 days? Hell, I might not live for another 100 days.
Hold on. Let me finish. She says, I have to actually feel an intense connection before I even get in the mood for that. That's just for me. I can go months without sex and not feel any type of way. So hold on. So I want to say this to my niece out here. Baby, I'm so proud of you. No. Y'all don't understand this because I'm so proud of her, because if ever there was a person that should be up on game and watch people do, this is somebody who done seen it from both sides. Mama got game, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And Uncle Black, she done seen me do my dirt. She know my mind. So to hear her say that, and I look at your pictures on Facebook, and you my little niece, so I do my best to try to be objective, but you be poking your little butt out, and your little stomach be hanging out, your mouth be poked out, you got these little poses down to a science, and I'll be saying to myself, oh my God, you know. So to hear you say that, baby, I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you, because that tells me things that you witnessed and you learned, you took it to heart, and you using it to advantage. So I'm so proud of you. Now, having said that, to Kennard's point, I don't do waiting. I'm an arrogant type of guy, always have been, and I ain't rich, I ain't famous, I ain't even super good looking. I used to be better looking when I was thin. Now I'm fat, missing teeth, and some more shit going on. I got gout, a sciatic, and all kinds of shit going on with me. And even now, I'm not going to wait. There's just an arrogance in me that's not going to allow me to wait.
So Black, didn't you wait for your wife?
I'm 42.
Yes. Yes. I'm not talking about, so there's a quality, a type of, you're right. There is so the ones you wait for, that's in a different level. You're right. You're right, Dean.
Yeah, I mean, I'm 42 years old. Lee's a little bit older than me. I mean, if you think about it, waiting, I mean, 100 days, that's depending on the calendar part of the year. That's 90 days and 10 days, 90 days, 10 more days. Yes. That's
almost 3.5 months. I'm proud of her. I'm proud of her. Paige says, thank you. Y'all raised me right, and I appreciate everything I learned from y'all. And thank God I'm not out here green like these other baby.
And they ain't green.
That's my baby. That's my baby right there. That's my baby right there, because
100 days.
When she got in this game, Paige should know all the game. No man handing you no drink. No man playing look. She should know all the game. So if you making away 100 days, bravo, baby. Bravo.
That's a three 1/3 of a calendar year of a business.
I Hey,
He
you know
tripping
what I'm
off
saying?
this.
I'm just talking shit. I'm just talking.
Lynette, you bring up a good point. Nobody's teaching these other women out there
Right.
game and morality and
Mhm.
standards, and that's why I argued this point. Is because Tasha, I'm agree with you. I'm gonna close by saying it. I would say it's even because you're right. Nobody's teaching a lot of these young girls and that's turning into women that
Mhm.
level of morality,
Right.
So I agree with you. I agree with you.
For sure. For sure.
You know,
Like this.
Tasha, hit us with another question.
All right. So another question is, oh, since we're along these lines, kind of, a woman, true or false, or do you agree or disagree? A woman cannot truly be satisfied by a man she doesn't mentally crave.
That's a good one.
That's a tough one. That's a tough one.
Satisfied, like sexually?
Yeah.
That's where my brain is going. Kennard, you
Yeah.
want to go first, or
I
you
mean,
want to?
hell, I might as well. I think a lot of this stuff is a lot of this stuff is mental. I don't think that a woman can all the way be in tune to a guy that she's not mentally, in tune with. Now, physically, sometimes the physicality can make up for it though. But long term, I think long term, when you talk about the mental aspects, the mental shit is what keeps them what keeps the women there. Because usually when a woman leaves or a woman starts to vacate the relationship, it's because they have probably started to have a mental connection with someone else. So I think the mental aspect is very important. So yeah, I think for sure, yeah.
I'm gonna D, you're gonna be the definitive answer after we answer because we answering from a man's point of view.
Right.
But I'm agree with that statement. I'm with you. The first, my mind went yours. I think mine went D. Like, are we talking just physical?
Mm-hmm.
Because when you say the statement was fully satisfied,
Mhm.
fully satisfied. So I would agree with that statement then, Tasha, because I think even the loosest woman is not fully satisfied. She might be physically satisfied. You know, um, a woman can go somewhere to get her back broke in, and she know where to go to get to make that happen. And it might not be no as much emotional connection. You know, I know women who say, "Damn, I just need to be screwed." They're not thinking about the emotional, the look, physically, my body needs something. So yeah, I think a guy could take care of that part because we all know there's good sex and bad sex, you know, even amongst men performing, I don't care what you got, what size you got. But if you're saying fully satisfied woman, yeah, I do believe, and y'all won't have to tell me that still there has to be some emotional connection. And the reason why I'm gonna say that too, how many women do you know that you see that you sit back and you say, well, damn, what's she doing with him? You know what I'm saying? Because from where we sit, that person, that man might not be physically what you think he should be to fit her. You're mad. I've said this many times. Ain't no way he beating that pussy right.
Yeah.
And I've said that many times. I've seen a woman that's fully stacked, and the man I say he is not be, but then she's with him because it's something else. There's other things. So y'all tell me. So I agree with the statement.
If we're just talking about sex, then I would say she can be satisfied. But if we're talking about like the full package, I would say, she's got to be mentally there because I mean, the sex only going to be good for so long. I mean, you get kind of tired and bored with it. So then what's left after that, If you can't
Okay.
talk to him, if he can't do other things, then yeah.
Okay. Okay. Lamar says, I think it depends on the woman.
Yeah.
Some women are just as unavailable and disconnected emotionally as men are. My
That's
brother, you bring up a good point, my brother.
Sir, he opened up a can of worms with that.
yeah.
Lamar, I wasn't there, but there's just as many emotionally disconnected women out here now that it doesn't mean anything to them.
Right.
Tasha, what you say?
I will say, sexually, if it's just based off of sexually, yeah, absolutely, she can. But
Okay.
in general, I think a lot of people can't be fully satisfied because they can't be fully satisfied with themselves. So they're running around here looking for that in someone else, but they haven't even done it. They're not happy with themselves. So how can you be fully satisfied with anyone else if you're not happy with you?
Yeah.
Okay. So now that's a whole nother level.
Yeah.
So now that's a
Right.
whole nother level that you opened up, that if you don't know your own body, for example, and you don't know what makes you happy, then you open up a whole nother level that I have no shot whatsoever then of really satisfying you.
Mm-hmm.
So put one in the bank for masturbation.
But I think that's what
I'm just kidding.
a lot
I'm
of the
just kidding.
problems are now with
I'm just kidding. I was kidding with
just,
that. I was
in
just
general.
kidding
I
with
think
that joke.
that's a major issue that a lot of people are having. That's why you see those serial daters, those ones that are jumping from serious relationship to serious relationship because they don't know what they're even looking for. They're saying
That's
that this person didn't fulfill them, but you can't have date 5 or 6 different people in 1 year and say that it was all them and nothing. You're the only common denominator in everything.
Yeah.
So
very good point. Very
That's
good
true.
point. And I can even say as a guy, one of my main reasons for pulling out of the scene, so to speak, was I wasn't fulfilled, even sexually anymore. It was just something to do, and it became boring. And my thing was, okay, well, there's got to be more to it than this. Um, I truly envy and miss a connection with somebody that mindless encounters. You can't get that from that. I don't care how great the sex is. You can't
Right.
get that from that. So yeah, that's where you have to say, well, what is it I want? What is it at this stage of my life that I want? And it's not just a big butt and a smile. Ain't nothing wrong with a big butt and a good smile, but you got to have a little bit more to it. You still got to have a big butt and a good smile, but I'm just saying, you got to have some more to it too.
Some of them. Yeah. Well,
you know,
some of them.
absolutely. Tasha, hit us with another one.
all right. While you are going through a divorce, is it okay to have sex with someone else?
Definitely.
Yeah.
I'm, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Dee even said yes.
That relationship is over if y'all get
It's over.
divorced. Who cares what,
Uh,
what you're doing? You know?
And even though it's not official, I just don't think you have to wait till it's officially
No.
over.
What if y'all are
You
living in
know,
the same house still?
Well, tough luck.
I'm Brittany say yes, ma'am. Once you make that decision, okay, we ain't going no further. And if the
Right.
circumstances is you still have to deal with each other up to the point,
Yeah.
but it's you can't put your life on hold at that point. So for me, yeah, go for it.
I have to go, guys.
All right, baby. Well, thank you.
Bye.
We're good seeing you. Appreciate
See
you.
ya.
So
Kennard, what about
absolutely,
you?
Huh?
What about you?
if you're going through a divorce, is it okay to have sex?
I mean, chances are you were doing it before that.
That's why you was getting a divorce anyway.
Now,
You know what? I wasn't when I was going through my divorce. I wasn't. I didn't divorce because I was cheating.
right. Of course. I don't think it's morally right, but I'm pretty sure, especially
Okay.
down at the tail end, I'm pretty sure that there was some level of moving on and starting to date and go out with other women, or for the woman's standpoint, going out with other men. So I think it can happen. Should it happen? I mean, probably not. But I think I think it's very prevalent, because once you've disconnected yourself from this relationship, and let's just say you have someone that comes along and you like, damn, I'm kind of feeling you a little bit, and then I know I ain't going back to her, or I'm not going back to him. So I think it's very possible. Now, is it right, or is it quote unquote right, or is it quote unquote wrong? I mean, that's up for debate. But especially at the tail end, when the paperwork is about to be signed and this thing is about to be a done deal, I think it's a possibility that there has probably been another person that has intermingled in the situation, and you probably have kind of dabbed into that. So, I mean,
ironically,
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Black.
What you say, is there a time limit?
Well, I was gonna say, is there a time frame where you feel that it may be inappropriate?
That you that you have to wait?
Well, I think time is very relative in this situation. I don't think time has as much of a factor as it does with the person's willingness to do what they got to do. Because I don't think nobody, if they see something that they want, I don't think they're thinking about, hey, the timing ain't. No, they gonna do it. I've seen it. I'm not gonna put it out here tonight. I've seen where even in a widower type situation where the timing was not right, but they did what they had to do. But I ain't gonna put that out there tonight.
Okay.
I'm gonna ever put that one out there.
Okay. Now Candace say yes, you can have sex. So she's in that group. For me, ironically, Tasha, my own personal experience was when I was going through my divorce, I was so traumatized by the failing marriage that wasn't, I couldn't even, that wasn't nowhere near on the radar. I was consumed with my marriage is failing, I'm losing this person. And then even when I kind of settled in with that, I wanted her to be okay before I could. I don't. It's very weird, but my thing was, I still was thinking. I still was nervous that for a long time that I don't want her to see me with somebody else. This is even after the divorce was final,
right?
Because emotionally, I still loved her. I wasn't in love with her, but I still loved her enough that even when I started dating, I would look around like I still felt this paranoia for a while that I don't know if anybody ever been through that. When you break up with somebody, do you think about that first moment when you run into your ex and you're with somebody else? And that was for me what I was thinking about. So I literally waited. Number one, I didn't think about it because I was just like, I don't know, just like the reality of, okay, I'm getting a divorce and blah, blah, blah. Then once it was official, literally signed the papers, I still was thinking, well, is she okay? Right. I wonder if she's got somebody,
You still care.
I still cared enough. And this is crazy. And I wonder if other guys feel this way. Once I knew she was dating somebody, that was my green light.
Okay. Yeah.
That was the green light for me. That once I I found out kind of through the grapevine. Back then I had hair. I'm bald now. But back then I had hair. And I went to a barber shop. And my barber ended up telling me on the side, said, look, man, I don't know, but he told me who she was dating. He thought I was going to be angry. I was happy. I walked out of the barbershop thinking, okay, she's on her journey now. I can do me. That's how I felt, Tasha.
See, I guess for me, again, this is someone single, never been married or anything, but for me, time is relative, and I would seriously consider that. So even after the initial filing of the divorce, if you're with someone within, or you're sleeping with someone else within 6 months, I'm looking at you sideways. I am going to
Wow.
consider that. I
Wow.
am going to be like, even in just regular relationships and me dating someone, how quickly
Wow.
that person moves on to someone else, it's
Wow.
like, well, obviously, it didn't matter, or you're clearly going through something, but it's very relative to me.
Wow. See, I'm listening to your brain, the way you're thinking. Kenny says, that's a good question. Karma Dizzy says, I think it depends on the circumstances of how you split. If your partner wasn't shit, then it doesn't matter. You get your rocks off ASAP. Karma, you're dead on. You're dead on. Because Tasha, what you're referring to, I hope, is
Mm-hmm.
that whole amicable split where you can't work it out, irreconcilable differences, and you're gonna go your separate way. But if that person ain't shit, to Karma Dizzy's point,
Right.
I'm not waiting. No, you know,
Right.
I might sleep with a mama at that point. Shit.
Oh,
Oh,
that's,
Ouch.
you messing up the family
Ouch.
reunion. No, that's a violation right
if
there.
if she do me dirty, Wendy Williams say, "Oh, he did me." If she do me dirty, all bets are off. I'm telling you,
Hell yeah. So all hell breaks
all
loose.
hell break loose. Come on, Tasha. Come on, Tasha. What's the
Okay,
next one? Lynette
we
say,
going through
"Dang
these
it."
quicker than what I thought we would. Okay.
Okay.
What's the greatest risk you've ever taken in a relationship?
Mm. Oh.
What you talking about?
Just in general, anything, maybe you've had to sacrifice something to be with someone. You gave up either living here, a job, a family, maybe you left your ex-wife and got somebody else. Just
Well,
whatever you consider.
I'll say this, and
Okay.
I didn't take the risk, but I will say my wife did. My wife lived in Texas at the time when we first started dating.
Okay.
She had a good job. She worked in New York Life, and she took a career risk. She took a moving away from her comfort zone risk, and she took away from everything that made sense to her. Now that I look, especially now that I look back on it, to come to Georgia to live with me.
Mm. Mm.
I didn't do it, but she did.
Right. Right.
And she may not even know this, but I think that's commendable, because I don't know if I would have been able, as a man, having a stable job,
Right.
having a
Right.
career set up. I don't know if I would have been able to mitigate that kind of risk. So for me, I think she did it.
Wow.
She has capitalized. She's got a good job, but the road wasn't as easy as it may look. And I think for love, at times, I think we do things that we probably are not comfortable with. But I will say my wife did that when, I'm not going to say I wasn't willing to do it, but I didn't do it.
Mm-hmm. Right. Right.
I mean, I didn't do it, and she did it, and she's got a great job. She's moved on from that.
Right.
But from what she had at New York Life, I can't say now that we've counted up all the costs, I can't say that I would have done the same thing. Maybe I would have.
Right.
I will forever commend her. That was an ultimate risk. She made a transcontinental move, left her job to be with me.
Mm.
And am I worth the risk? I don't know. I think I am now,
She's
but
still
I'm
with you, brother. She's still with you.
But I'm just saying that's
Absolutely.
that's a very calculated.
Absolutely.
I mean, you talk about rolling the dice. You talking about doggone. When you playing spades, you playing a blind 10 for a guy that you basically I mean, you ain't known that long to
Right.
do all that.
Right.
Play the blind 10.
Right.
And your last hand, your last hand in spades, not saying I'm not going to put her, it ain't nothing, it had nothing to do but with her relationship, but I'm talking about in spades. Your
Right.
last hand wasn't that good.
Right. Right.
But you
I
willing
feel
to
you.
play a blind 10 on the next.
Right. I feel you.
So I think I will forever commend her for that, because I don't know if I would have done that.
Got you. This one is a hard one for me, Tasha. First of all, Lynette says staying in the relationship after catching him cheating and tried to work through it. Lynette, I applaud you. I've never been a person to be able to do that. Um, I think women have the capacity, a greater capacity, to forgive than men do. We are strange creatures as men. We do a lot of dirty shit, but we can't take a lot of shit. And I'm one of those men. I'm afraid to admit that. So, baby, I commend you if you're able to do that. Britannica says, letting my guard down to love again. I can relate to that one.
Mm-hmm.
I can relate to that one, Britannica, because, wow, when you come from a divorce, I've never remarried for that reason. It hurt so much to fail. That was the first time I had failed at anything in my life. Up to that moment, I had led a charmed life. And something I thought I was good at, because I thought I was a pretty good husband. And that's what hurt so bad, was the fact that when I looked around, I saw men who were cheating on their wife, men who were beating their wife, cheating on taxes, doing all kinds of shit. And at that time, I was just straight family man, religious, and holding family meetings. And we were doing, and I couldn't understand why my marriage why it had drifted to the point where I couldn't save it. And so, to your point, Britannica, oh man, I locked my heart up 100%. And I went on a journey where I'm not letting anybody ever in that deep. So Britannica can relate to that part. But I want to tell you guys a story to answer your question, Tasha, about the biggest risks I've took. I don't know if anybody can relate to this. In an ideal situation, you hope who you with, your family and friends, like that person, right? That's an ideal situation. Everybody's supposed to be happy for you. I'm not going to go into the backstory. The woman I married, it was so polarizing because it was my choice and not who they thought I should be with. Half my family boycotted my wedding. They refused to come to my wedding. My groomsmen was my nephews. My groomsmen was my nephews. Their mother, my sister, was against my wedding. She let her sons be in it, but she wanted no part of it because the woman I chose. And organizationally, at the time, the organization wanted me to pick somebody different. So to answer your question, the biggest risk I took, Tasha, was following my heart. Making a decision with my heart. Because if I was thinking with my head, it's one of those things like, you make decisions on your job where, if you kiss the right ass, you keep going up. But if you hold to your principles, that this is as far as I'm going to go. But I'm going to hold my principles here because I can't do that. This was the decision I made. I married somebody that more than half my family didn't agree with, was against, and they made our life a living hell. But I followed my heart, if that answers your question.
It definitely does.
What about you?
Well, I was thinking, as you were sitting here talking and Kennard was talking, I was thinking about it. I can honestly say in the relationships that I've been in, there hasn't been anything where I felt like I've risked
Wow.
to be for a relationship. I don't feel like I have.
Okay.
I don't
Okay.
feel like I have.
Wow.
It's just, I know there's, staying in a relationship when you know that you should leave, but anything else, mm-mm.
Okay. Okay. I got a side question based on what Lynette said. Have you been in a situation where you stayed after the person cheated on you?
Oh, hell yeah. Oh, hell yeah.
What was
Yeah.
the thinking? What was it? What was the thinking? How did you work through that? How did you able to deal with? How were you able to deal with that?
Well, it was pretty, I felt like I didn't have a choice. So I wasn't on the best terms with my parents, so I didn't feel like I had anywhere else to go. So I
Mm.
was living with him and his family. So I was
Mm.
like, you deal with it or you're gonna be homeless. it was
Wow.
it was
Wow.
kind of like one of
Wow.
those things.
Wow.
So
Oh, damn. So, okay. Wow. And so I know a lot of women find themselves in that situation. I recently watched the movie, what's the movie with Whitney Houston and Angela Bassett and all of them?
waiting to attend.
Waiting to Exhale. And the scene where Angela Bassett's going through the divorce and she said, I'm angry with myself because I let him do it to me. She didn't know he had other houses, other businesses, and everything. So sometimes I see women in situations, especially where the guy has all the control.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And to your point, even if he cheats or mistreats her, she feels compelled to stay.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's got to be a horrible feeling.
Yeah, because I didn't even at that time I didn't even have my car. I didn't even have a car. I was like
Damn.
19, 20, somewhere in there.
Okay.
I was
Okay.
real young.
Okay.
So
Okay. What's up, Bree? Thanks for joining, sweetheart. Please comment. Keep the comments coming. Tasha, what you got next for us?
let's see here. Okay. What more do you desire in your partner? Great sex, good laugh, partner in crime, epic conversations, friendship, honesty, or unquestionable loyalty. And as we know, yes, we know we'd like it to be a nice little mix of everything. No, pick one of those.
Okay, go through them again.
Okay. Great sex, good laugh, partner in crime, epic conversations, friendship, honesty, or unquestionable loyalty.
Well, I'll tell you what. I don't know. This has become a Camille. Calm down. Yeah, I got you. I got you. Calm down. I'll say this. It's a ritualism with me and my wife. Every day, we with because we talk. She had the religion show the other day, and daily somehow we commune by smoking hookah together, and we talk. And it reminds me of my grandfather and grandmother. They didn't have hookah, but they talked. They had a
Right.
ritualistic thing
Right.
going on. And I love conversation. I love camaraderie. I think if you have all of that, I think the sex will probably be good for the most part. I think that your communication it'll be okay. But I think if you have some level of camaraderie and ritualism as a relationship, as far as this is what we do, I think that can make it go long term. Okay. One of the things that I loved about my grandparents, because I grew up with my grandparents, my mother raised me too. Okay. But I did a lot with my grandparents. One of the things that I loved about them is, man, they talk and they had such a great friendship. And when I think about that not happening no more, I ain't about to cry on your show. You know what I'm saying? Because it ain't happening. But I'm just saying that was beautiful to me. I would, when I was in college, I was local and I would just pop in on them, and they would just be talking, and they would just be communing with one another. And I think the communion in a relationship where there's talking, where there is a relationship where, yeah, sex might be there. I hope at 90, they were about 80 something. I don't want to walk into that.
Right.
But
Right.
I walked into a beautiful conversation, and it was so bad. It ain't bad, but I'm gonna give you this story. My grandfather died in like 2009 or something like that. And the thing, I actually did their eulogy. And the thing that made me kind of choke up the most was when my grandmother came in and she looked at my grandfather's body. She had Alzheimer's, boss, period. But she knew him, and she choked up. She literally choked up because she was burying her friend that day. And that hurt me more than anything else because I was like, that's a life well spent.
Mm-hmm.
She's like 80 something years old.
Right.
And today she's got to bury her conversationalist, her husband, her friend, maybe her mentor. So all the physical stuff is cool, but I like the other stuff.
So for you, it's epic conversation.
Yeah. Oh man, for sure. For sure.
Okay. I'm gonna go with Botanica Lynn as I thought about this. I'm not currently in a relationship, but at this stage, and for me, it's always been friendship. Britannica says friendship because I feel if there's good friendship, the rest will fall into place. That for me has always been it. People use the word friend too loosely, and we all do it. This is my friend. That's my friend. But when we strip all the stuff away and we get serious and we talk about what a friend is not somebody for me who agrees with my point of view all the time. They're not somebody who sees things exactly as I do. A friend for me is somebody who gives a true fuck about me on every level and accept me every part of who I am, and they genuinely want the best for me. That's what a friend is. And so if that happens to be the person that I'm sleeping with, taking this journey with, that for me gives me a level of security that I can walk into anything, any situation, because this person got my back. I literally ended my marriage because that was the thing that was lost. Not the love, not the sex. Me and my ex-wife, we literally had sex up until the day she moved out the house. We had no problem in the bedroom whatsoever. We still were physically attracted to each other. We still liked each other. When I would drive night after night after night trying to make a decision about whether I would stay, it was the friendship that had drifted away. See, when we were married, on Wednesday nights, we would go to what's the place that sell the foot long places? Sonics. We would go to Sonics. We would sit in Sonics for a couple of hours, eating a foot long coney and an ice cream. He talked about rituals. That was our thing. On Saturdays, we would go look at old antiques and at different little places, and we would drive and look at big houses and stuff. One of our apartments, we had a mattress on the floor. It was a roach infested 1-bedroom apartment when we first came from New York and moved to the South. But I knew I had my best friend here that no matter what, she was going through this with me. And I knew I could walk out armed and deal with whatever life threw at me. And I still feel that for me, to answer your question, there has to be friendship, because I believe if the friendship is there, The other stuff I can deal with. Okay, if the sex, if even if the sex is not, and I'm gonna give y'all real things. My wife was a virgin, so there was no cake that came out when we had sex. She wasn't skilled at a lot of the things that I personally liked, but because we had a deep friendship, I loved everything about having sex with that woman. Our conversations were fantastic because we could argue and disagree about different things. And I knew that even if she disagreed, it was coming from a place of wanting the best for us. And that for me to this day, I value friendships. I don't take that lightly, even to this day. And that really is what I'm looking for now. I'm terrified, folks, that that doesn't exist anymore.
Mm.
So when I do see couples now, and I say, well, they seem like they like each other. We got a couple on this show that comes on my show, Hannah and Bert. They're sitting together and they laughing together. And sometimes they got in arguments right on my show. But I love every part of that because you know what, I get off this show and I say to myself, damn, he loved that woman and she loved him. And damn, they really like each other. Like shit. You know what I'm saying? And I've seen their pictures and stuff where they hanging out doing great things and then doing nothing. They're in the backyard. I'm terrified that I can't find that because I can find good sex. I work in an arena where I can find a woman who can run her goddamn head so we can have these great conversations. I can find a ride or die. What I'm scared I cannot find is another great friendship of somebody who got me in that way. That for me is it. I'm sorry if I went on a little too long. You know, Kenny, you came in the right time, my brother. Tasha, ask that question again for my brother Kenny.
All right, Kenny. The question is what more do you desire in your partner? Great sex, a good laugh, a partner in crime, epic conversations, friendship, honesty, or unquestionable loyalty?
Wow, that's a
Yeah,
hell of a question.
yeah.
Honestly, uh, a great friend. Be honest with you, because if I can get that great friend, all that other stuff, all the other ones that you mentioned, it'll be a part of that as well. And I can be honest, um, I don't think I've ever had that woman that I can say like, yo, that's my best friend.
Mm.
Um, and that would be dope. And to what Lee was just talking about, I piggyback off of everything he said. I agree. I mean, when I see couples like Brother Bert and Anna, I be like, yo, that's a dope relationship, and that's the kind of relationship that I want. Now my ex and I is was funny. We are really good friends, but we were so young when we got together. We didn't know what friendship about building off of a friendship first. We didn't do that. But now
Yep.
we're great friends. We can talk
Yep.
about anything.
Yep.
I give her advice about her own relationships of dating and what she should do. We talk like that. We really got a dope relationship. So I can honestly say that out of all the ones that you just mentioned, Tasha, I want that. I want to find that woman that's gonna be my fucking best friend, man. That I can be, and I said this again all the time on this show, that I can be emotionally naked with, because I can be guarded, and that's because of my disappointments. So
My
that's a
brother,
hell of a question,
I
though.
love it. It
Wow.
was. That's why I'm glad Kennard went first because I had to really think that one through and everything. You know, let me ask you something while we wait on Tasha to come back, because I'm in a similar situation. Well, I've been in that similar situation rather, where I love how you described that. I have an ex that when we were together, it was mostly physical. And again, we had a great relationship, but we weren't as strong of friends until we broke up. Then, like you said, we became like, damn, we can talk about all this stuff. Do you do you contemplate like maybe we can? Do you believe in dipping back second chances with somebody you broke up with? Do you believe in it?
I think like what's that song Shalimar second time around is better than the
Right,
first time.
right.
I'm telling my age now. If anybody know who
Eh,
Shalimar is, go to
Hey,
YouTube.
hey,
I do believe that sometimes you can do that. But I'll be honest with you, for me, it just depends on the situation and the circumstance. It would be it would be tough for me to say that I will go and try to give it a second round because why did we end it from the beginning? So but I believe that you can, second time around you can do that. But for me, everything has to be aligned for me for that to happen. We definitely would have to talk about why we ended it in the first place
right.
and get beyond that. Um, but I think you can do that. But for me, it's tough for me to do that because it's hard for me to let go of some shit from the past too.
I love your answer, and Tasha, I'm gonna put you on the spot here with this because she and
Okay.
I we talk about this all the time. We have that one ex. We have that. We talk about this all the time. That it's that person that just did it for you, and you still
Mhm.
are good friends with them or whatever. And I had to make a harsh decision on mine, but I'm putting Tasha's spot on here because the same question for you with all you've been through and where you're at. Do you think for you is it possible to go back? Do you feel like you could go back and double dip?
For sex and sex only. For sex only.
Okay, why not
Okay.
more? Why? And she's being real. That's why I knew I could put her on the spot, and she was gonna give us a real answer.
Because for me, in regards to this question, the most important thing that I would desire more is honesty. And the person that I know that you're thinking about wasn't honest
Right?
with me.
Okay.
He lied to me, and then on the back end he tried to clean it up by saying, well, I told you now, but
Right.
you lied. And for me,
Right.
that's the most important thing. I want complete honesty. Even if you think it's going to hurt my feelings, please tell me on the front end, because if it's something that comes out later on, I don't care if I find out about it later on. I don't care if you tell me about it later on. I'm going to be hurt that you lied to me all that time. So,
Hmm.
but no, I couldn't go back there with him. No, for a few reasons. Not only because he lied, but now he got 2 kids, and I couldn't go there with him like that. It's a whole baby mama situation, so I can't do that. Mm-mm.
my brother Kenny, Tasha could tell you, you and I don't know how the cosmos aligned us and we became connected, brother. We have a true connection in the way we think about things. I feel the same way, and I've always
We
said
do.
that
We do.
we
But
broke
but,
up
but we
for a reason.
Capricorns. We January babies.
It's really got to be something to that. It's really got to be something to that. And I spoke to Coco last night. She wants to come back on and do a thing. So I might have to set that up. A lot of people want her to come back. But to this point, I feel like you, Kenny, that as greater friends as she and I became afterwards. I mean, like you said, she would call me for advice about the dude she's dealing with. And this and that. We would have these conversations. She would, and I know what you're
Bro,
talking.
I can relate.
I know what you're
I'm
talking
telling you,
about.
my ex-wife and I talk. We talk every other day. We talk, and she'll call me, ask me, and I tell her, I give her the friend. I say, this is what you got to change. Because I know you. I said, I
It's
already know
scary.
you. I know you better than you know yourself.
And that's
Yeah,
where
yeah.
but then in the back of your head, you be thinking like, well, damn, how come you couldn't have been this way with me? Or I'm the other part is
Right,
I'm helping
right.
her be a better woman for somebody else.
Someone else.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
It's
Hey,
crazy.
bro,
Why you laughing?
I feel you.
It's very crazy. It's very, very
It's
crazy.
crazy.
But then at the end of the day, I conclude that no, we're meant to be what we are now. And it's beautiful that we hit this place. But I'm with you, Kenny. There's no real way to go back and truly resolve or what broke us up. You know what I'm saying? It was big enough that it broke us up. So I'm glad we made it back to this place. So that's why I've never double dipped. Once I'm done, because I always I always tell women, I'm gonna give you all of me, but when I'm done, I'm done. You know, ain't no second chances. I'm done. So that's even when I split from my wife.
Let me ask this question. Let me ask this question to the panel: is there one that you would do? And well, Kennard, Kennard may not. He may not need to answer this question because he married to
okay.
But is there one that you would double dip back to?
If I could, okay. So you're talking about the one that got away?
Yeah.
You talking about the one that got away?
Yeah.
There's one that got away.
Right.
Let me say this. There's one right now.
I mean,
that for years I've been on Facebook, Instagram, and whatever else I can find. I cannot find it. There's this one person. Look, if I ever get big enough out here that somebody can notice me, her name is Yvette. I call her Red.
Oh wow! Oh,
I call her Red.
Name out there. Okay.
I'm keeping it. You asked, so I'm giving it to you real. That for me is the one that if I could find her, there's something in me that believes that if I found her right now and she was single, Tasha, I don't give a fuck if she got kids. If she was single, I would have to see if that fire is still there. Because I didn't appreciate at the time I was dealing with her, I was the man, I was the shit. I had so much going on until I didn't fully appreciate her. She was in the rotation, but I never thought she would not be there. And yeah, that's the one that got away.
Wow.
Yvette, Red. Yes, sir. Before anybody answer, before you get to Tasha, Britannica said, that's why I vibe with you, Black. You're a Capricorn. You some good people. That's what's up, Britannica. That's what's up, baby. Appreciate that. Karma says, fire and desire. Rick James. He done went to Rick James on with your little young bud. He young. What you know about Rick James? Come on now.
So there's
okay.
What about you, Tasha?
Oh,
Kennard go.
Kennard?
No.
We didn't think you was going to answer that question.
Okay, so I'll go.
Okay.
So the Osley Brothers came out with a song, the Voyage to Atlantis. And they talked about the woman that they would always go back to.
Mm-hmm.
And with each man, you always got a woman you go back to. And you always have that one that got away, so to speak. And I had maybe several. But I'm going to keep this thing politically correct tonight.
Be smart, my brother.
But, there are good women that we, for real, all bullshit aside, there are good women that we've dated and that we would go back to. Considering all things, and I have a couple that I would, kind of consider. But no, I gotta keep.
Quit.
I already know, fam.
Yeah, but all bullshit aside, there are some that all shaky, all strenuous shit aside. You didn't give it your all in this situation that you should have.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
and it is what it is.
There you go.
Hell, I'm 42 years old. I done dated a lot of, I've had experiences. And there's some experiences where you look back and you like, damn,
Sure.
maybe if I wasn't such a freaking asshole, maybe that would have worked out.
Hey.
But okay.
There you. Metallica says, leave it alone.
That's
Tasha.
You cut off.
That's
Okay.
enough. Tasha.
All right, Tasha.
For me, as far as there's one, it was the one I almost said his name.
I saw. I saw you.
Hey, Tasha, before you go on, I'm just so thankful that I'm able to compose myself to be on for the whole time because normally I dip off. So, that's why I'm surprised Lee even gave me the damn.
No, you always invited. You always invited, my brother.
Because I'm quick to dip off because I'm impatient. But Tasha, go ahead.
No, it would be the person that I was referring to. We would have to go back. I'm not going to say that he's the one that got away. He missed his chance is what I would say. He missed his chance. He made a lot of bad decisions. And if we could go back before all of that, then we could have been together. But I'm not going to consider him the one that got away.
Right. So. You just going to consider him the one that
he missed his chance.
Right. And that's cool because that's what I look at is like when you look at all this stuff about the person that got away, is like the chance and the shit just didn't align right.
Mine got away. I gotta tell you.
But I fucked up.
That's why I wasn't kidding. Let me tell you something. So this was a woman who her clothes didn't do her justice. I called her red for a reason.
And you got pics, Black?
I got old pics. I have old pics.
I'm talking shit, man. Don't listen.
No. I do have old pics, but we're called the red for a reason. She's a true red. I'm talking about big old Mogumbo titties with the nipples real like $50 size, and they were red.
She wore glasses?
Now she didn't wear no glasses, but she dressed real.
She was ecclesiastic.
Conservative. She was the kind of person that when her clothes came off, you just went, "Oh my God. Oh my God." And again, the sex was incredible, marathons, but it wasn't just that. Her personality, she was just the most fun, cool person, everything, but I didn't truly appreciate. So when you talk about having those epic conversations, being friends, somebody who let you be your true self, I didn't think she would ever go away. And it's crazy because I looked up one day and she had moved away. But at that time, I had so much going on. My arrogance said, she'll get back in contact with me.
Right. There you go.
But through a series of other life circumstances, I end up moving away. And of course, changed numbers and this and that. And in this age of social media, I cannot find that woman. I know her first name. This is the fucked up part about it. I don't know her last name.
You missed the chance.
Oh my God, I'm gonna tell you. Like I said, woo. When as I age, and if I get close to the grave and I'm on my deathbed, and I think about the top 3 sexual performances of my life, and that reel goes by, she's number 1. She's number 1. If she was the closest thing to a cape coming out and flying around the room.
Well, social media do your job, Miss Yvette. If you're out there, he's looking for you.
I am looking for Yvette. Called her Red. Lived in Memphis. I don't know where she at now. Red, come to Atlanta.
The bad part about it, Lee, it's a lot of. I would think it's a lot of events in Memphis. You feel me? So you just go, you going
Man, I've been looking for, you don't understand. I've been looking for, this is years. We talking over a decade.
damn.
We're talking over a decade. I would just love to see her and see how she's doing, and on a serious note, to see if we still have a connection, real talk.
I'm gonna tell you what you're gonna find. You're gonna find her with a picture of that arm wrapped around her kids with the ring finger. You know what I'm saying? The bullshit. I mean,
even if I found that, then I could let it go. Then I could let it go. Even if that's the case, then I could let it go.
That arm wrapped around the kids with the ring finger showing. That's what you're gonna find, Black.
If I do, then I can at least let it go. But it's this infernal search that's killing me. Tasha, we got a chance for maybe like 1 or 2 more questions. You got any other question for us?
Oh, I have like 4, maybe 5 more questions.
4?
Okay, good.
So I have one. Okay. In a relationship, what percentage do you trust of your partner?
When I'm in a relationship, for me it's 100. Until that 100, you start out with me with 100% of my trust. Now it can only go down because the point at which I enter a serious relationship with you, it's 100. I'm not the kind of guy. I don't check phones. I don't care about your conversation. I don't check emails. I will not answer a woman's phone. If she says, well, baby, get my phone, I'll hand you your purse. I purposely will not look down to see who's calling you. If you went in another room, I don't listen in. I figure you're going to tell me what you need me to. So my trust factor with you is going to start at 100. Now, I'm not an idiot. I'm not that guy that's a dumbass. So now when your behaviors stop lining up with things that they're supposed to be, it's going to start to go down. Now, when we get down into that 60th percentile, we're in DEFCON 4 at that point. Because I believe that trust can fluctuate a little. There might be something that happened and I didn't quite understand it. And so it dips down to 85. Okay, then something. Okay, well, maybe I misjudged that. You back up. But it starts with 100 for me. Anybody else?
Okay, so I ain't gonna say nothing yet because I need to leave for just a second.
Okay.
I'm gonna go on and flick this thing to Kenny.
I see Kenny, but Kenny, are you frozen?
He's got that ready face. He's ready.
I think his connection, because he's in a car. What's happening is it's bouncing off them cell towers. So, go ahead.
Yeah. So what I would say is you're only going to get about 75, maybe 80% of my trust. I'm just naturally I don't trust people. I don't. So I'm just, I'm not going to trust you 100%. And it's okay. Just understand no one gets that trust. Okay.
Gotcha.
I'm always going to look at someone's side eye, but I am going to expect for you to lie because people just do it. It's just in a person's nature. So.
Okay. Question. I got a side question. Has anybody ever gotten to a point where they got close to 100?
Hell no. You always fluctuate between 75 and 80%.
Okay. I got you. That's why. Okay.
So I mean, Tasha talking about 75, 80%. No, but damn, 80 is probably a stretch. Come on, Camille, hang on.
Cherry says, I trust them 100% to be who they are.
But I mean,
Tracy, give us a little bit more on that. What do you? I think I know what you mean, but I want you to expound on that. They're doing their job, Kennard. They're doing their job. Hit us with another question, Tasha. We got you had about 4 more. We might get through them.
Okay. Can you call off the wedding and continue the relationship.
Can you call off the wedding?
Mm-hmm.
Can you call off the wedding and continue the relationship?
Hey, real quick, nope.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's right. Yeah, he's right. I would think if you get to a point where you made it to the altar and
Mm-hmm.
you had to call it off,
Mm-hmm.
that's serious enough that for me, that's I'm trying to sit here and think of, we're not talking about TV shit, but
Mm-mm.
for a reason that you'd have to call a wedding off, it would have to be something serious enough that we at the wedding now found out you cheated or you did, it's something serious enough that we calling it off. So no, we that's it. That's the end.
What
And
is
that would be
it?
devastating.
What about
Huh?
financial reasons or death?
That those are right, but I'm
Yeah.
only accepting death. Financial reasons, you can scale to me, you can scale things down and still get married.
Mm-hmm.
Because at the end of the day, you can go stand in front of a justice of the peace and get married.
Okay.
So death is the only acceptable answer there.
And who falls in line of the death that would be acceptable? Because I know there's only certain people, immediate family only. Okay.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah, it can't be no cousin, some shit. It absolutely has to be, and you better be close to him enough that it can't be no brother that you didn't like and shit. So y'all better be close as hell.
Okay. Would you or could you marry someone who has been divorced twice already?
I could. I'm at this stage in my life where your past is your past. And I want the person to have a generous amount of experience on all those kind of things in life. For me, at this stage, I want somebody with a little tread on the tires.
Mm-hmm.
You've gotten a lot of that stuff out of your system. You've partied, you've kicked it, you've had sexual encounters, you've been through some shit so that now where you're at with me, we can walk down that path together. We've been there, done that. And so if there's two husbands in the rearview mirror and you're truly done with them, I would think if you're here with me, you now know exactly what you will want, what you can tolerate, what you can take. And if I'm with you, you've already crossed. I've already checked off all those boxes, so I'm good.
Britannica brings up the point that I was thinking of. It depends on the reason of the divorces. Why were they initiated? Who initiated them? What was the reason?
Okay.
Was it, for cheating? Was it something that you did? Was it? I think that should be taken into account as well. That's what I would do. Take that into account.
That spoken like a woman. No, and I mean that as a compliment. I think again for women, it's important for you guys to know what happened. One of the things about being a woman that makes you guys so unique and complicated is that y'all need a reason for every goddamn thing.
Mm-hmm.
What does this mean and where are we going and how, when do we get there? So when you hearing about somebody's divorce, y'all want to know what happened. Like you said, who initiated? What happened then? That wouldn't matter to me. I wouldn't
So
even
okay.
I wouldn't even need to know the story.
Okay, so you wouldn't. Okay, so you wouldn't even
If
ask why.
if it comes up, I truly feel like if it comes up and she feels the need as we're getting to know each other, well, yeah, in my last marriage, this happened, that happened. Oh, okay. I'm a weird person in the sense that I don't ask about past relationships, but I think with women, y'all need to know all that's important to y'all. Who broke up with who, and well, did you ever cheat on her? And so what did you do? And that doesn't matter.
I would think for a man that you would really consider like the financial reasons. Like if she's just marrying men just to turn around and divorce them and take whatever that they have, I would think that you would consider that.
I'm arrogant enough in me that if you get me, you good.
Okay.
I know I truly know who I am, and sense that, and I trust my judgment enough that I don't need to know that, okay, well, she's a gold digger, whatever. Because you know me, Tasha, you're not going to be a gold digger with me. Look, some things you have to state definitively. That's just not going to happen, with me. That I'm not a cheap person. I think I'm pretty generous and stuff. But as we go along, I'm looking at all those things anyway. So I just really don't need to know that. My hope is that whatever you've done, you've grown from it. Because let's be honest, if you start peeling back and looking at my past and the things that I've done, I was an asshole and done all kinds of shitty things to women and stuff. So I wouldn't want her to hold that against me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If a woman looked at my past, if we're doing that, then I don't stand a chance. I stand no chance then if they look at my past, that, wait a minute, you did this and you did that. How do I know then you're not doing the same thing to me? Because that's my whole past. Mm-hmm. It's filled with lies and manipulation. That was what I was good at. Tracy answered this question more fully, though. Before I want to make sure I get that in. When he said he trusts them 100% to be who they are, he says, I don't have time to second guess. No matter who you were before me, you have the opportunity to reinvent yourself to whoever you want to be for me. Do it. Impress me. I trust you until you fail. He nailed what I was saying. He literally nailed what I was saying. And I think that's why I said that's how men, I think versus women, that you could have been the biggest. You know how some men marry a woman that used to be in porn movies. Mm-hmm. I think men have the capacity to say, she wasn't doing that with me. You know what I'm saying? Men have the capacity to say that, well, that was, she used to do gangbangs, but this is who I'm looking at now. Cherry says, no point in taking a divorce reason into account. It happened. 2-part failure. Britannica says, it does to me. So she agreeing with you, Tasha, especially if I plan on spending the rest of my life with him. It shows you how men and women think differently. Joseph, so he said, missed the whole show.
I have a spin on that then. So if a woman's been married twice before and she's 2 times widowed, do you start asking questions then?
Doesn't matter to me. Truly, I don't know why that would matter.
So you wouldn't want to know how the first 2 husbands died?
I swear on the souls of my 2 brothers, Tasha. It's an interesting thing if it comes up in conversation, but it's not something that I'm going to be thinking about consciously. That did she kill these people and shit? Joseph said he would need to know. Tracy, I hate that name. Tracy said, did she fuck him to death?
No, like I would want to know. Like that to me, that's an important question. What you mean they died? How they die?
I put this on everything. If a woman, and let's say in conversation we get to know each she said, well, yeah, I'm twice the widow. I'm saying, oh wow, this is me. Like, oh wow. My oh wow is, do you want to tell me what happened? But if she yada yada yada's it, I lost 2 husbands, blah blah. But I had to move on. Okay.
Yeah, to number 3, and then we gonna see you on Crime Daily.
I guess that's a leap I'll take because I don't need to know all the past part. Joseph said you got to do your due diligence on your relationship. Tracy said if she was the killer, she wouldn't have. And that's the thing. I don't know. It wouldn't be
I'm
that
not
important to
saying that
me.
she would admit it. I'm just saying like I would think that those questions
No,
like, oh,
I got
okay,
you.
like I would be even if you were just my friend and you told me that you're, in the past you had two significant others, two girlfriends, whatever, that just mysteriously died or something.
Hmm.
I would want to know like the detail. I'm gonna get a name and I'm gonna look it up for myself because I need to know.
Wow. Wow.
I
Wow.
need to know, are you on that
Wow.
spectrum? Are you on that level?
Wow.
What type of person are you? Because to y'all's point, that person has reinvented themselves, so you don't know who you're getting. So
I see your point. You're making a good point. I'm just saying that wouldn't matter to me. I'm only dealing with who's in front of me, and I'm going from there. So if I'm falling for that person, again, you're starting up here with me. You're starting up here with 100% of trust. When people, we have all these expressions. When people tell you who they are, believe them. So if you come to me and you tell me this is you, you're here with me. My trust is 100% if I'm kicking it with you. Now, again, I'm also intelligent enough and cognizant enough that as the layers start to get the peel back and things don't add up, you know what I'm saying? Like if I end up discovering you got a different name, okay, that gets filed into, you know what I'm saying? Like, well, wait a minute, now all of a sudden, like I said, I see something that would indicate that, why is this bitch? I'm being extreme here. Why this bitch got arsenic and lace in her kitchen? Then I'm going to start to say like, okay, well, wait a minute now. But until those things happen, you start up here with me.
I'm already starting out with a side eye on everybody. Like, who is this person? I'm gonna assume that you're a serial killer until you prove me wrong.
Wow, 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 wow. That's def. I can't even say a woman thing. Because Joseph said he would. Britannica says, I damn sure will want to know. I watched too many true story episodes.
Exactly. I want
See,
to know.
I love true stories. I watch First 48. I watch all that stuff, but no, I'm not going to assume that she's some Black Widow killer and shit, no. No, I'm not. Tosh, we got room for one last question, I believe.
Well, but kind of is kind of a moot point because
Okay.
I was gonna ask Kenny and Kennard the question because it has to do with kids. It was,
Okay.
would you dump someone if your kid didn't like them?
Ooh, but that is a really good question.
I would want to know, like, for people who have kids. Well, whoever's in the comments who has kids, please answer that because I would like to know, like, how important is that?
Yeah, how important is it that your children like who you're going to be with? Tracy says no, he wouldn't.
Okay.
Now, for me, that would never be a deciding factor. I think about one of my favorite movies, Sleepless in Seattle. You know what I'm saying? And he let his son, Joseph said, depends on the age. So again, people with kids, Kennard, you came back to the right time. Tasha asked him the question.
Okay. Would you dump someone if your kid didn't like them?
Well, going into a relationship, I ain't had no kids. So, damn, they don't like your kid. Why wouldn't they like the kids though?
No,
No,
it's not that they
no,
don't like
no,
the
no.
kids.
What
The
if your
kids don't
child
like
doesn't
them.
like them?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair. I don't know. The kids just got to get over it. They got to get over it because I'm looking at from my perspective now. Like if I was a single father or whatever coming to the table with kids, and I've met this woman that I want to be with. I don't know. The kids just got to work it out. First of all, I'm paying the bills here.
That's how I feel.
Yeah, I mean, I'm like
That's
you.
how I feel.
I'm like you know the cinnamon toast crunch and all that stuff is you eating all that. You don't worry about what I got going on with.
That's how I feel. That's how Tracy says, I don't give a fuck what my kid thinks unless this person is abusing
Because really, my kids don't have the wherewithal to understand why I'm in this position anyway. Like, you better take your ass to school and do your homework and shut up.
There you go. Jennifer says, depends on why the child doesn't like them. Not that I have any babies. Okay.
You don't like
for
them.
her, it depends.
Now, if you now, here's the thing. If you don't like them because I ain't with who your dad or your mama is, or who your mama is, I mean, I can't help that. She ain't here no more.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Get your ass up and go to virtual learning. I like this woman, and we doing our thing.
That's right.
So you better figure your part of it out. But I will be there to be like, look, I get it. You know what I'm saying? I understand. But hell no, I want this woman, and I low key need her. So you'll be all right.
Show you this is a strange, a good question. Britannica says it's important. I've been in that situation before, and I should have listened because he ended up being a straight ass. So for her, she has a point of reference that her kid had a
straight ass. He was a straight ass on behalf of being a straight ass, not because of the kids. He was a straight ass anyway.
But she said she should have listened, and for her, it's important.
Because they don't know what the hell they talking about.
Yeah. I'm with the guys so far. That my child will have to just get over it, you know.
Yeah, get your ass up and go to virtual.
I get it. I get it. If I've got a daughter, I get it. You know, you don't like her,
right?
But this is who daddy is picking. You know, so you're gonna have to adjust.
Hell yeah, you better. Hey, you better get you a damn some of them chairs and eat it and go to sleep.
That's it. Well, I'm gonna wrap up.
I'm talking trash. I'm just.
We have come to the end, and we got through all of our questions. I thoroughly enjoyed this show. I got to get a drink in my system, and talk to some good people. And again, as always, leave on a very high note. This was fun, as usual. We enjoyed it. I want to thank Britannica, Joseph, Cheryl, Pari, who is Tracy, you know, for popping in, Lynette, Brittany, Lamar, all of you guys for keeping the conversation lively, keeping it going. You added so much value to this. Carmen Dizzy, I don't want to leave anybody out. Bree, if you even just popped in and say, hey, I appreciate it. This is what made this conversation so fun, so enjoyable, and allows me to be able to go off and enjoy the rest of my Saturday. I want you guys to do the same. Whether your weather is great or not, enjoy your extended weekend. I love you guys. You know, I do appreciate you guys. Even though the pandemic is lifting, I love that we still are able to come together and have these great conversations and be connected. I don't want that to change. So I thank everybody. I appreciate you guys. Joseph, my brother, same to you. Be safe out there. Everybody enjoy the rest of your Memorial holiday. And we'll see you on the other side this coming Wednesday. Peace. It's been another good edition of Real Talk for Real Men. Everybody have a good one.
Yeah.